grab your coffee, grab your margarita, sit your booty down. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Drink whichever one you want. 5 a.m. coffee, 5 p.m. margarita. Switch it around. We don't judge. Stop being so animated over there. Speaking of we don't judge, there's probably one of 3 reasons why you're here. Number 1, you don't have friends. Number 2, you got friendship issues. Number 3, you just like hearing our pretty little voices.
I would go with 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because I like hearing your pretty little voice. Yeah, but not got no friends. Ouch. Friends are hard.
Friends are hard.
Because like the whole like making them is a whole issue sometimes. Then you got to keep them. Because there's some work a lot of times, for good reciprocal relationships.
Okay.
And then sometimes you have to evaluate the friendships. Like, what they bring into your world or not.
I do that one often.
You do?
I do. That's why I don't have many friends.
Mm-hmm. That evaluates. What goes into that? What do you think?
How often do you piss me off? What are you contributing?
Wait,
Is it worth the stress you add to my life?
So far, I feel like I'm batting 0 on this. I mean, I'm your mom, so I guess.
You're my mom, so like, you're here.
I'm here.
Would I choose to be friends with you if you weren't related to me?
Well,
I don't know that you're well, okay, if we were the same age.
If we were the same age. Would we be each other's cup of tea?
I don't know about that.
I don't know either.
I don't think that I would gravitate towards you.
I don't think I'd gravitate towards you either. But I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe that's a difference, like mother-daughter. Maybe those are very different than like who you would choose as a friend.
I don't know. I have friends that I'm like, I didn't think I'd gravitate towards you, but I did.
It's true.
But I also have people that I'm like, we could have been friends sooner. I just didn't think I'd like you.
I was going to say, I sort of like it because I have friends who are very different from each other. So, and they're all just sort of amazing in their own ways. And I think like most of us, we have those things that annoy other people. I mean, not you.
Obviously. I'm perfect.
Yes, you are.
That's why I have so many friends.
Right.
I have people lining up.
Like never a spare moment for
people
you.
Just gravitate towards me because I'm so welcoming.
Right. There is that. Like, I think most people who've met your dad understand the look you get, like the glare. Like it's
my facials say a lot, but they also say not a whole lot.
Yes. Because a lot of times you look like you're sort of a resting face, but you process a lot of things. You think a lot before you speak.
I'm always evaluating you.
Judging,
evaluating.
Like not judging not judgmental in a judgy way.
Taking in consideration of your actions and your words and being like, are you worth my time?
So it always has to be about you.
Well, okay, if I'm picking friends.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I feel like when I'm picking friends, it does have to be a little bit about me.
That's true. Hey, it's been a long week for me. So sometimes,
Yes, everything has to be about me all the time. Nobody else.
I'm glad that you finally accept that and state that. That's the first road to recovery, they say.
Acceptance.
Self-awareness. It's me. It's all about me. I'm the problem. God. So going back though, I mean, I think you're bringing up some good points, which is friendships can be really challenging to navigate from a very young age. Like I think usually until you're about between 5 and 8, your parents are still mostly your world, typically. And then you start gravitating more toward your peers and friendships and, which groups you belong in and which ones you're being excluded in. Do you remember? I mean, those are tough to navigate. And this probably looks a little different depending on sort of which age you're at and which stage, but how do people become friends?
Well, let me tell you probably the easiest way as a young adult. It's going back to your toddler roots and saying, you are now my friend. You're coming with me.
Wait, like, does this like for real, this is what you would say to somebody or somebody says to you at your age?
People are so in their heads about what's this person thinking about me? What if I mess this up? Walk up to someone and say, hey, do you want to go do this with me?
Yeah, but can people do that? Because the anxiousness out there, especially the social anxiousness that people are experiencing.
Suppress it. Push it down. Don't feel it. You'll be fine.
No! Wait!
And there's it on. My advice is good.
Okay. To be fair, there is some validity to what you're saying.
There's an amount of false confidence you need to have in life, okay?
That is well said, right? Because we can't always be responding with our feelings all the time. We get nervous, we get anxious, but that doesn't mean we stop doing the things that we need to do to get us what we want. So if you want to be a friend, it's a little risky.
Have looked at people and been like, this is what we're doing, you're coming with.
And did they go?
They argued and I was like, I don't think so. You are coming with. And then eventually they were like, all right, this is against my own will, but this is my own will. Like, they came willingly, but like not willingly.
And like, now this part of me is sort of like, should the cameras be rolling right now? Like, when you say you're going with me, I have a feeling you're talking like you're going with me an hour away to get Chick-fil-A right now.
Yes, that's a true story.
Okay, but not like you're going with me and I'm going to do these nefarious, illegal, awful things.
No.
I want to be clear because the money go. I'm a Gen Xer. We did lots of things, so
I'm pretty sure. Okay, so like my sophomore, this is how Chloe and I became friends.
Mm-hmm.
Sophomore year, her big, my god big, was like, okay, you're coming with us. I need to hear this story about whatever. And so I literally, Chloe was driving. I was in the back seat, in the middle seat. The car was full. And we were just yapping about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally like 2 days later, Chloe was like, do you want to come with me to Quincy to get a drink? I was like, yeah. And we became besties. That's how that happened. Someone was like, you're coming with.
And then a bunch of you got in the car and you went with.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I've looked at people on the Chick-fil-A story. Looked at a guy who we were hanging out with, my friend group, and we were like, we're gonna go do this. You're coming with? And he was like, I'm not. I got plans. I was like, but we can push back those plans to make this happen. And he was like, I don't think so. He came with.
You came with.
He came with.
And you had a fun time.
It happened.
You know what? Thinking back, I mean, I think we did that. Our friends did that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're going.
You're going.
It's like, no, but I'm tired. No, You're going.
Mm-hmm. It's happening.
It's happening. Yeah.
It's the easiest way. And it doesn't work on everybody. And some people are going to be like, absolutely not. I don't want to be friends with you. You're weird. Why are you walking up to me and saying we're going to be friends? But some people, the girlies, most of the girlies, I promise you, if you walk up to them and are like, do you want to be friends? They're probably going to be like, I'll see what your vibe is. Yeah.
Okay, so what about the whole fear of rejection, though? Like, what
Get
if they
over
say,
it. Suck it
no?
up, buttercup.
You what?
Get over it. Suck it up, buttercup.
So just rejection's part of it. You'll be okay.
That's life.
But what if it like maybe it makes people feel sad and like one person rejects
That's what
them?
rejection is. Rejection is going to make you feel sad. But that is life. You are going to be rejected. Not everything's going to go your way. Suck it up.
Because you keep trying or you put yourself out there and you will find your person.
Right.
Or your people.
That's all a part of life. And I feel like once you come to terms with the fact, not everything's going to go my way, but if I put myself out there, something's going to happen, then things are easier.
But what about, like, I think sometimes with the rejection, like, they don't want me, the spiraling of some other thoughts of, like, what's wrong with me? Why doesn't anybody like me? Why doesn't nobody?
You're placing too much of your self-worth in what one person said to you.
It's moments like these that I can see my daughter in you. Yeah, I mean, and so you're saying this too about probably being for college age. What about those younger ages? What would you tell
Girls
like a
are
10-year-old?
mean. People are mean. Girls are mean. Guys are mean. Did I ever tell you? Okay, so we're not going to get too deep into this, but my middle school experience with bullies in 7th grade. Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was tough to bear.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, one of my main bullies in 7th grade was a guy. And currently, he follows me on Instagram. And a couple months ago, he DM'd me a flirty little hey text. And I did respond with, do I know you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How'd that feel for you? I mean, because the do I know you weren't.
Clearly I know you, but like, do you want to admit to me how I know you?
Like you wanted him to fess up? Like,
well, you can fess up or you can move on, and he moved on. He did not respond to that.
He did not respond.
And that's good. But like
what would you say?
People are mean.
People are mean. What would you, I mean, because now, a few years later, what if it's like, yeah, I was sort of a jerk to you. Sorry. Because some of us do grow up and like, we look back on things and like, yeah, I was a jerk. Like, would that have made any difference for you, do you think? Or like, no, you're done, you're over with?
I took an apology language thing test. It told you like, what are your like, like how does someone need to apologize to you for something?
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a test for this.
Yes. It was for one of the classes.
Oh, I didn't know.
Anyways, it basically said that if you say you're sorry to me, I'm not going to accept your apology.
Okay.
I like admitting wrongdoing and change.
Don't you think that's most people, though? Because just saying you're sorry... Because if you're in relationships and you're interacting,
there was also like a section where it was like planning out how to, like expressing how you're going to change, and I don't want to hear that.
You don't want to hear.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear how you're going to change things.
Just do it.
Just do it and admit that you were in the wrong. That has nothing to do with. Well, it has a little to do with this, but
it does because. I think the thing about relationships is they're messy. Like any friendship, I don't think any type of relationship is full of roses all the time. like you go through some hard moments with each other, especially if you care about that other person and they care about you. And so when something happens, right? And sometimes we call this a rupture in clinical terms, not that we need to get clinical, but it's about how do we come back and repair and reconnect and move on in a way that we grow and learn.
The amount of times I've heard you say, how do we repair and grow and salvage the relationships we have? Stop saying it. Stop saying it.
Stop saying it. You're like,
I've heard it so many times.
Well, and I don't believe that all relationships should be repaired. I mean, I think part of life is you're naturally going to walk away from some relationships.
I do that very easily. I think we know this.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think I know why. Because
tell me about me.
Tell you about you. From what I know of you, but again, there could be more. Loyalty is really important to you. And the minute somebody acts like somebody that you let close to you, if they do something that seems completely disloyal to you, you're done. Like, that's just sort of a deal breaker for you.
I don't give second chances. Because likelihood is if you do it once, you're going to do it again.
Right. And you're talking like second chances on big stuff.
Yeah.
The big stuff. Like things that happen in relationships where people berate or ridicule and then those partner relationships, cheating.
If I hear you gaslighting me, I'm gone.
Okay, so okay.
She doesn't like the term gaslighting.
It's not that I don't like it. I feel like it's been generalized to everything. So I want to hear you, like, what do you mean by gaslighting?
Like, I will hear, thinking back to a situationship. Like, I know something happened. I know what happened. I know how it went down. Mm-hmm. And you're sitting here telling me that didn't happen. That it wasn't what it seemed like it was. Like, you just flirted with my friend directly in front of me. No, I didn't. What are you talking about? No.
Yeah.
Why are you being insecure? I know you better than you know yourself, to be honest. In this situation, I am more secure about the type of person that I know you are, and I know that you would do that. And I know that you did do that.
That had to feel really yucky, one, to see somebody do that, but then for you to be able to stand up for yourself that, yes, I saw what I saw, I know what I know. I think that's hard for a lot of people.
I don't have a problem with that.
You don't? I know.
I'm very confrontational.
I know I wasn't that way at your age.
Would you define that as not gaslighting?
No, I would say that's gaslighting, right? You see what you see, you hear what you hear, you know what you know. I think where I struggle with some of the gaslighting
is if it's just like contradicting what you're saying.
Well,
in general,
or if you had an experience of me and I'm like, wow, I'm so sorry. I certainly didn't mean it that way, or, the way okay, this is more it. There are times, especially if I am in a role of employer, professor, things like that, if I have to have a conversation to really uphold expectations, but then the other person is perceiving that as, well, you're gaslighting, that's where it gets sort of skewed. Like, No, I know it becomes very convoluted, right? Because if somebody is holding an expectation or an accountability, well, then that feels like you're gaslighting me or and it's like, no, here's the bar. Here's what I expected. It wasn't met. And it has nothing to do with gaslighting. I'm having a tough conversation.
I've never personally seen that been described as gaslighting, but yeah. I'm sure you speak from experience with that, but
yes, unfortunately. That's okay. I mean, but I think that's life. People's perspectives are very different, and people are always coming to interactions and relationships with different perspectives. And not just perspectives of how they're seeing it, how we're seeing it is based on our roles, our responsibilities, our own, experiences, and so forth. So there's lots of baggage we're carrying into each interaction we have. So, but anyway, back to not tolerate. It's almost like, again,
I don't put up with mediocrity.
Yeah.
I've said this before.
I don't even see that as mediocrity. I almost see that as decency. Because can we say anybody, male or female, they, them, whatever, if you are flirting with someone else in front of somebody that you are in a relationship with, it's just uncool.
It's just uncool.
Just uncool. Well, I wanted to say, it's like, stop being a douchebag, but I thought that might be a little too harsh for sensitive listeners.
Mm-hmm. I fear that's not the only time that's happened, though.
What's that?
I've had guys come up to me when I'm with my friends and like start flirting with me, but then they don't feel like they're getting anywhere. So they turn around and start flirting with my friend. And it's just like, where do you think you're going to go with this? Like, they saw you flirting with me, and now I'm seeing you flirt with them. You're not getting either of us.
Fair. I see your point. And then the dude's trying, man. He's trying to connect. If he's not getting any connection from you, why not try with the next one? Like, how much should he keep trying if you're not giving him a bone? That sounded really bad.
It's okay sometimes.
Admit that. Anyway.
I mean, I have this thought often, though, like the give them a bone sort of thought, because like frequently I am like, I don't really like this person, but like they keep talking to me, and if they stop talking to me, what if I miss having them around? So I'm like, just throw them a little bone.
You're stringing them along.
No, because I make it known that I'm not interested in them, but I give them a little amount of attention.
You're keeping the hope alive.
No, I squash the hope, but then they have this like false sense of hope that they keep alive in their own brain.
Oh.
I need to cut this part out. Anyways.
Okay, so when I hear you say that, and I totally get it from you're a young woman, you're trying to navigate life. I get that. And then I'm sitting here going, I'm also the mom of 2 young men who are dealing with girls like you.
I will flat out say, I'm not interested in you. You're not my type. And they will keep like trying to talk to me. And every once in a while, I'll be like, yeah, okay, whatever. Hey, how you doing?
Okay, how would a person, right? Because this is one of the big issues, I think, that I'm hearing for young people your age. How do they know that someone's interested in them?
That's a great question. I don't know.
You don't know if a guy's interested in you?
I mean, every once in a while you can tell, but like...
Mostly not?
It depends on the person.
I mean, how would somebody know if you're interested in them? How do you show interest?
I don't talk to you.
You don't even get a bone, dude.
You don't get a bone, okay? I don't know.
Why? Why don't you talk to them?
I can talk to people that I'm not interested in, but I can't talk to people that I'm interested in. I don't know why. Like, I don't know.
Is that like some anxiousness coming in
Probably.
there? Like worried you're going to say the wrong thing?
Probably. I don't know. Every once in a while, I'm like, yeah, okay, let's go for it. What's the worst that's going to happen?
So you can bring yourself out of that?
I can. If it's worth it.
How do you decide if it's worth it?
What sort of connections do we have to each other? Like, if by telling you that I'm interested in you, is that going to affect my friends or etc.? I don't know. Like, are there links there?
You got to run this through a whole big...
in my brain, it runs like...
map?
It runs through, like, 5 different branches, and if there's no connections there, okay, what's the worst that's going to happen?
Okay, so you don't want it to like ruin some friendships or cause some other issues. So, okay.
I think it's a matter of looking stupid. Because my track record, it's not great.
Well, okay, most people, if they're not currently in a relationship, guess what the track record is?
Well, no, it's like I don't always choose the best people. I make questionable decisions based off of physical attributes like height. I've said it once, I'll say it again. A tall guy will get away with more than a short guy will.
For you.
Yes.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's harsh, girl.
I know, but like...
You like what you like?
Yeah.
You're going to end up with someone short.
I don't think so. I'm going to end up single.
You're going to end up single. There we go.
Where were we? Why did we on that?
Well, you were where we went down this is you were talking about we went to younger kids in junior high, like making and keeping relationships and what that's like.
Basically, kids are mean. Don't think too much about it.
Yeah. I think one thing a lot of people don't understand, even a lot of adults and adult professionals, is especially those 8 to 11-year-olds, one of the normal developments they're doing at that time is wordplay, right? So I don't know if you remember that stage where it's like banana, fofana, fifa, fofana, sort of like those sing-songy types of things. Yeah. It's all of that. And so they make fun of other names and they'll, so most of us have those memories of people.
Monkey see, monkey do. How many of kids' actions are based off of what they see other people around them doing and what they see their parents doing?
Right. So a lot of imitation. There is the social influence. And then their parents and friends, but then also what are they seeing on TikTok? And
it's a whole nother issue.
Lots of issues. So then we just have to help young people understand that people are mean. That's all we've got to say.
People are mean. Don't think too much about it.
Survive. Life will get better.
Survive. That's all school is, to be honest.
For you, it was just about getting through it and surviving.
Just get through it. Survive it.
That sounds rather dismal.
You're not going to see these people again. Well, you might. But is it... Also, the people that are mean to you now... They're not going to be mean to you later in life. Most likely.
Okay.
I've had people who, like, straight up would, like, talk about how bad I am at something or whatever and just, like, be rude to me in person. And then later hit me up like we're friends. Or that they're interested in me. And it's like...
Like, do they not even remember?
I have the memory... My brain remembers all the things.
All the things. As you were saying that, actually my mind went to class that I had earlier this week about meeting with clients, and my students asked, like, how do you remember it all? And I'm like...
They just show up and you just know.
When I'm sitting down with people, clients, students, whatever... Like, I tend to remember almost all the stories that they share. Now, ask me some of my own from, like, I don't know, elementary school, or Like if you talk to my sisters, they're like, Angel, don't you remember? And I'm like, no. Yes, you do. We did it. I'm like, no, I really don't. Yes, you do. Okay, I remember perfectly when I really don't remember. And, but my current relationships.
I don't remember last week, but I can tell you what a certain person did to me like 6 years ago.
I wonder if that goes, there's that concept. Like people may not remember exactly what you said to them, but they remember how you made them feel.
No, I can remember word for word what some people said to me.
Because those words they hurt. They can hurt. And
they can.
I think to say that it's easy to deflect those and not to feel anything, I think that would be hard. I think you got to feel it, but then you got to follow up and go, hold on. This is this person. This is their issue. They're the ones saying this. But I think to not feel anything could be a road for disaster later on, right? The more we repress and bottle up, we still remember it later on. Maybe all those aches and pains you're having. I think those are Dan's injuries, but...
They are.
Yeah.
I zoned out like halfway through what you were talking about, so I had no response.
I'm taking this very personally that you should not be latching on to every word.
You should be.
I feel like you were a student in my class or something. Why did you zone out? You tired? Not enough caffeine? Or I'm just that boring?
No comment.
How much more time do we have? Are we done yet?
No, not even halfway through.
Done yet, Mom?
Oh, Lord, child.
Okay, so thinking about relationships, let's look at it, like, especially from the younger age. I think a lot of times you're friends with whoever you're in class with or whoever you're doing activities. Like, that just seems to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But then those start to shift as you become interested in different things. So we usually see that around 11, 12, 13. Friendships shift, and that can be a little painful when your friend doesn't want to do something with you anymore, or you meet other friends that you're doing things and you still got this other friend over here, but you don't want to spend time. It gets awkward.
Yeah. I don't remember having these issues.
Yeah, I think you were just where you were at. You did a lot of stuff, I think, at those ages with your brothers. We did a lot of family stuff.
Yeah.
We had you in activities. You did stuff.
But I was with my brothers.
Well, they didn't go to dance with you.
They could have.
They did 1 week in the summer. They did a summer dance class.
Really?
They did.
I don't remember doing a summer dance class.
Mm-hmm. This 1 week.
Did they like it?
They did.
Why didn't they join?
I don't think it was their, something that they wanted to commit to during the school year. But, yeah. And then, Xander loved singing in the choir and stuff. But, I think people shift what they want to do. And that's part of sort of growing up and getting to know what you like, what you don't like, moving more towards that. You try some things on. As parents, we sometimes are like, okay, but if you want to do this, you're committing for the next 3 to 4, 6 months, whatever. Well, yeah, I really, really, really want to do it. And then a month later, you're like,
you put me in band, and that was not my vibe.
You wanted to be in band.
Initially, and then I wanted to quit right away, and you wouldn't let me.
After we spent a lot of money on an instrument, I wanted to quit the next year. I wanted to quit the year after that, and then the year after that, and then the year after that. I was in there for 5 or 6 years. No, it wasn't that long. But anyway.
4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. That's 5 years.
Again.
And I was only able to quit because I promised that I would try out for color guard the following year. That was the only way they let me quit.
You had a really, really mean mom.
Mm. It was years of begging to quit dance also.
Yes. Yes. And you did.
And
then you came back to it.
And then I did.
And loved it.
Uh-huh.
But going back to, so the friends, they sort of shift. I think they shift again later on in high school, around 16, 17. You'll see a big shift, or at least I do with a lot of my clients and when I've been in schools, that seem to be more about values, morals, like what you want to do, especially like drinking, drugs, sex, things like that. Those shift. And then you graduate and that's a whole nother shift. But I get to I ramble with all of this to get to this point of you just graduated college, right? So you're talking about some friendships while at college where you're there and everybody's there. But what I'm really seeing is people graduating from college or they're in their young adulthood and they have no friends. Like they want friends or the friends that they have aren't close, living close to where they're at. So proximity is an issue. So I don't have anyone to go like hang out with, do things with. Is that it?
That's true. I don't have a solution for that.
Yeah, but is that, I mean, I would imagine that's a very lonely feeling because you want to be with people your age.
Do I?
Well, I mean, not everybody has as cool of a mom and dad as you.
Yeah.
Real cool.
Very much so.
Yeah, that did not sound convincing. Thank you. But we'll move on.
I don't have the solution to that because, I mean, I don't know where you make friends.
Like you can't just go to the bar or go to church or go to the coffee shop and say, hey, I don't want to you. You're my friend. You what?
First of all, I don't want to be friends with church people. I hate to say it. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just not my kind of people.
Ouch. What is that? I mean, because you don't mind going to church.
No, I don't mind at all. I do enjoy it, but I'm not like an avid churchgoer.
So you're saying there's a continuum of people. This is what I see, like from atheists, don't believe, don't go, and then people who devote themselves, and that's part of their everyday world.
They're just not my people, okay?
I hear you.
And then bars, first of all, I feel like nobody goes. Second of all, yeah, I gotta go with someone because I'm not just going alone. Mm-hmm. I don't do things alone. It's not my vibe.
Not your vibe.
Then when you get there, there's like no one there. And that could just be because we're in a small town, but...
Mm-hmm.
And then what else is there? I can go to a coffee shop. I feel like in a small town like this, people my age don't just go to a coffee shop to hang out.
No, because y'all are going through the drive-thru.
Right.
And you're getting your little app orders and picking them up.
It's convenience.
It's convenient. I agree.
I have things to do. I'm a busy person.
You're a busy person. So you don't... and I think that goes to some of the issue when you are now adulting and working full-time. As adults, that's what we say a lot of times is we don't have time for a lot of social interaction with friends. And you have to be very intentional to make that time happen. Because we are social creatures. We need to belong. Mm-hmm. So no, it's okay. What about hear me out. It's emerging trend.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes.
That sounds so convincing.
It's camp for adults. They're doing this. They're doing this.
No.
Why?
No. I'm not
like a week-long party.
I'm not camping. You will not catch me sleeping in a sleeping bag in a tent on the ground.
Well, they might have cabins or bunkhouses.
I like my Wi-Fi. I like my air conditioning. I like my pillow top mattress. I am not afraid to go play around in the dirt or go fishing, whatever. But I like my luxuries. And I don't foresee that working out well for me.
I think you're going to get swept on your feet and taken to a camping trip in some mountains with bears. You're going to be sleeping in tents.
Yeah, that's not happening, sweetheart.
We'll just see. Never say never. I think some of us, other people my age, are just laughing and going, never say never, Victoria.
I'm not interested, but thanks.
Okay.
Also with strangers, no.
Oh, to the camp. Yes. But that's how people are meeting people.
That's not how I'm meeting people.
Okay. Are you meeting people now?
I could be if I wanted to.
Okay, so if you wanted to, tell us how you would do it.
I would make one of my friends come with me.
Okay.
And we'd go to a well-populated area with, like, people our age. So, like, there are bars that get chaotic and have people our age, but I don't go there. I don't enjoy it. Regardless, I would make one of my friends go with me and go to there, and then we'd find friends. We'd find people.
You'd find people.
We'd be like, yeah, we're hanging out with you. You don't get a choice. Or you're hanging out with us because we're cool.
Nice. Yes. So you could do that.
Nice.
So you don't need me to arrange some play dates for you?
You didn't arrange play dates when I was a child. In fact, what did my kindergarten teacher tell you? That you needed to start arranging play dates with other girls because I played too rough as a child.
Yes. She also had your brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So I think having twin brothers a year and a half older than you just all three played together. You just got in there.
I played a little too rough for her liking, but guess what? I can hold my own. I don't need a man's protection.
No. Nope. You just definitely got in there and could hold your own, even now. I think what she was trying to tell me was maybe some soft skills would be helpful. So
no, I think I'm good.
I was going to say, I didn't know who to arrange play dates. I mean, you went to daycare. You were around other people too. And seriously, what is kindergarten if it's not one big group of
chaos?
I think you also had a lot of boys in your class in kindergarten, and I
only hung out with them.
Yeah, with them.
I gravitated
to a
them.
rambunctious group too in your class.
I don't think it helped that she knew who my brothers were and had my brothers in class also.
Right. Probably not. But that's okay. Because look at you now.
I didn't get any play dates. And you know what? I'm thriving.
You're thriving. And you were in dance. I mean, you went to dance. I mean, you did great.
Because I had so many friends in dance.
Yeah, I know. They did. I mean, I think sometimes when you're from a small area, like a lot of people know each other. And I was a working mom. So, and I mean, I think other moms out there did some of those things better in ways than I did. I think I do some other things that are really good. I think that's a hard thing as moms. We can't be everything to our kids. We can only give them sort of what we have. So I did what I could. So we did a lot of family things too. We were always out and about doing stuff, boating. I was going to say camping, but not really camping, like tent-wise. There were beds. No pillow tops, but...
No. Well, I've grown since then.
You've grown since then. You've evolved. When you were younger, they were just like mattresses on the floor.
And now it's my pillow top mattress.
Leftover from college, mind you.
Yes, but...
Yeah.
Regardless.
So how do you... I guess maybe we've talked about like trying to make friends and how those evolve along the different years. And we've even touched on parenting, some of those stages. I guess I'm curious, like, how do you know when a friendship or relationship, situationship, whatever, when it's not working out, maybe even toxic or whatever? How do you recognize that, and how do you sort of exit the situation?
Like ghosting. It's an option.
We're not recommending ghosting, but let's talk more about this. What do you mean?
It's an option. I'm not saying it's the best option, but it's a option.
All right. So what do you mean by ghosting?
Just stop responding, stop hanging out. Leave them high and dry.
Leave them high and dry. I mean, isn't that what you would pretty much do? Like, why is that ghosting instead of just like, I don't want to hang out with you?
Well, you can tell them, I don't want to hang out with you, and then stop. That's not ghosting. You told them what was going to happen.
Oh, ghosting is when
no warning, cut off.
But you haven't told them, like,
yeah,
they're trying to reach out and say, hey, do you want to go do something?
And you just never respond.
I choose you. You're going with me.
You just never respond.
Why is it hard to just say no thanks?
It's not.
Or why not just say, I'm washing my hair? Yeah, I'm washing my hair then too. Like,
just lie your way through it.
And I'm not recommending lying either. I'm just saying, like, when somebody reaches out to you, why the zero response? Like, I am not even going to acknowledge that you exist. Because that's really what you're doing.
Because in my world, you don't exist.
You're done and you've moved on. You're done. Told them yet.
You're done. You are not a thought in my mind anymore. You don't exist in my world.
Okay, well, they exist if you pick up your phone and they're like,
no, they don't. No, they don't.
You see it. They have a thought. You have a thought.
See, I'm like, absolutely not. And I put that away.
Well, then why can't you just type absolutely not?
Because I would use more vulgar words. I would not say absolutely not.
Okay, so wait, what would have to happen to get you to, like, what's the difference between, what would have to happen to ghost someone? Like, I can't even say this. You don't?
I don't.
Because you made it sound like you do.
I'm saying,
like, dang, who else you not responded to?
Well, usually I just leave them on open. If I don't have like a very much of an existing relationship with them.
Are these like people you become acquainted with, but not really developed a really, like, you found out early on, like, ooh, no, thank you. We're not even going to go there. Yes. Okay.
Then I just leave them on open. But if it's like someone that I've had like a relationship with that, like, to any extent, like friendship, whatever, usually I'll be like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. And then stop responding.
So you usually do tell them, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yes. And if they argue with me, I say, these are my reasons. Stop talking to me. Because you're not getting a response. So at least then somebody is getting some feedback. It's not usually good feedback. It's usually, you fucked up in this way and this way, and I'm not going to tell you how that's messed up because you should already know that's messed up.
And they're usually for pretty big things, or is it like, you looked at me wrong?
I don't think I've ever like ended a friendship because someone looked at me wrong.
Well, I'm just trying to like get a sense of like how like severe things would have to be. Like, what are deal breakers in relationships out there? Like,
what kind of relationship?
Like a friendship. Let's just do same, hanging out with some friends. So there was this girl in an organization that I was a part of in college, and to my face, she was really nice, whatever. And I didn't like them. I got the vibes that they were not a good person. I also had known some things that they did, and I was like, you're not a good person, but I will be nice to you because I will be cordial. I was nice. I tried to be very communicative. And then behind my back, they're like, this person definitely said this person said this about me and da-da-da. And then the next time they reach out to me is being like,
so why haven't you like communicated anything more with me? I was like, well, because you're just going to take it and you're going to go talk shit about me behind my back. Because I know you said this about me. And I very much called this person out. I was like, you said this and this to this person about me. If I had said that about you, it was something like, this person's such a patriarch, I don't know, whatever. Like, they were like the head of the organization. And they had basically said Victoria was saying that I'm a dictator and da-da-da-da. And I was like, if I was saying that about you, I would have said it to your face. Mm-hmm. So do not go behind my back and ask people if that came from me. And if I was the one saying that, and don't try and start shit, because I'm going to hear about it because you're talking to my friends.
Right. Yeah, that never feels good when people, it's just like going behind your back, like stirring crap up it never really was even a thing, but they create things, drama. You don't do drama well.
I don't do drama well, and I'm going to call you out for it.
Right.
And then we're not going to be cool.
Yeah.
They ended up not responding to me calling them out, and I was like, okay, that's fine. And then the next time that they were like trying to smooth past it, I was like, no.
This goes back to you don't forgive.
I don't forgive and I don't forget.
And by forgive, it doesn't mean you're not a forgiving person, because I know that, but you don't give people too many chances when they've gone that far over. Like when they've showed their true character. I think it goes back to that loyalty. Like, just say something to your face. You're not fine, but don't go around your back and stirring crap up. That doesn't feel good to anyone. All right, just trying to get a sense of what.
I don't even know what I was ranting about. I don't know how any of that tied in.
I think we were looking at like what constitute, like why would somebody ghost? And what I heard you say is, when you ghost, at least, and we don't know what other folks out there are doing, but when you're ghosting somebody not responding, it's pretty early on we're sort of getting to know each other and I'm not liking the vibes and I'm leaving you unopened. It's not a full on, we've been friends, we've been hanging out, we've been doing stuff.
For the most part.
And now I'm just never going to.
Out there, so. There was one time that I was trying to ghost someone, and it was someone that I was actively friends with, but they were like being, I'm not going to get into it. They were not being a good person at all towards me or towards our mutual friends. And so I very much just started ghosting them, and I wasn't even ghosting them. I just like stopped responding mid-argument because I was trying to do homework. And they like went off on me, being like, you're ignoring me. I know you're getting these, da da da. And it's like, I am done with this. And I blocked them.
But it sounds like that was, again, we're sort of talking about like, when do relationships become toxic? And when they're not picking up on cues, they're not respecting some space that you need to study or do some other things, right? Because this is what we think about with relationships is this reciprocity, right? Like, I'm putting this out here. I'm this kind, caring. I've got your back. I'm your ride or die. And when people give that back, but then if you're in a relationship and you're putting out some good things, but then what you're getting back is this blaming or, going around and stirring crap up or, whatever, like, then that doesn't feel good. And then, so where do you go with that? And it sounds like that's the time where you're exiting that relationship, because relationships are these reciprocal things and you want to be in it because it serves you. And that you feel good that you've got that person in your world. They've got your back and you know that. So how would we sort of sum up? Like, what are we taking away from this conversation?
In your teenage years, people are mean and stupid. Don't take it to heart. You'll be okay. Young adulthood, you're not going to have friends. Aww. And we don't know how to solve that at this very moment.
But we're going to.
Just put yourself out there and be like, You're my friend now. Act like a toddler. Don't act like a toddler. But, like, make friends like a toddler would. Be like, you're my friend. You're coming with me.
And
I feel like you don't agree with what I'm saying.
oh, I absolutely do. I love what you're saying. And then if there's a guy that you like that's talking to you, maybe say something. Okay, that's a totally different maybe episode. We'll just leave that one there.
Sure.
And then what about any takeaways like for parents who are parenting through these different ages as we're watching our kids navigate these relationships?
Don't get attached to your kids' friends.
Oh.
We didn't really touch on that, but like, friends come and go, especially at early ages. Don't get attached. Don't get attached to their parents. It's not your friendship, it's their friendship.
That's a good point.
What you got?
No, I mean, I think that's a really good point. I think for me, it is just sort of thinking in terms, like what I'm walking away, just the constant thinking, like, how do I, especially in my roles, help support people as they're dealing with these tough things? Like, I think it's easier to say, don't let it get to you. It'll be okay. You'll thrive later on. But in the moment, it just sucks. You know, if you're in your 20s and you have no friends around you and no family, and you're home alone on evenings and weekends,
touch on the no family part.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing. When you have no one, lonely is a really awful place to be. So I think those are things I continue to try to think about, how to support people, and then how to always, like, how to show up for my own kids as they're thriving in life.
Thriving and surviving.
Surviving and thriving. But that's all I got.
Okay. That it?
Yeah.